This bed here we have birds. We mostly have strawberries all around as a ground cover. We have Swiss chard in here, as well as some beets. We have a cabbage, more Swiss chard. This one is cardinal basil. Its flower is really pretty. We have a gorgeous sorrel right here in the middle that's standing up strong. More Swiss chard over here. Turmeric that's coming up really nice. Grown a lot since yesterday's rain. We have a few other things worth mentioning, I suppose. The borage, which is on its way out, stepped out during the heat wave we had the last couple of weeks. This pepper, which is so pretty. I don't know what kind of pepper that is. Ah, jalapeno. Nice. This Swiss chard, which is so beautiful, we can maybe come in and zoom in on the beautiful colors of the stalks. The way that strawberry red and the magenta complement or clash, kind of power clash, is beautiful. This bed here has had a huge transformation since being a primarily brassica bed in the spring. Now, I don't even know what to say. What is the star? But the cilantro turned coriander is certainly a star. So it was giving us cilantro in the spring and in the cooler weather. And now you can see we already have some dried coriander, which we can use either as a spice or as seeds. We have a bunch of bell peppers. The tulsi has come up nicely. Staking out its corner here. These beets. This tiny little pepper. Is it a jigsaw pepper? What is it? Yeah, that one's a jigsaw pepper. Small, cute, tiny peppers. We have some dill both starting to flower and some that's already gone to seed. The dill seeds can be used also either as a spice or for planting for next year. More beets. Another bell pepper here. Calendula and beets hanging on strong. This is Romanesco cauliflower, looking pretty rough here in the summer heat, but we had double planted the cell. The other one grew, and it looks like this seed just popped up after the other one grew, and we cut it out already, so maybe it'll hang out until the fall. We'll see. It's an experiment. More calendula. Ooh, uh-oh. Check out the other half of this bed. I don't know if you can come in here and see the shadow benny, which looks like it's about to pop some flowers out. More dill seeded. Oh, nice big dill seeds. This will be delicious. Carminative, good for digestion. A couple of more peppers. This okra, which was tiny just a short while ago and has really spread out, enjoying the heat wave while everything else suffers. Tucked in here we have even more beets, bell peppers, holy basil, tulsi, and a hot pepper over here in the corner. Which one is this? Maybe the akitombo. Oh no, this is a fatali, our one fatali. Here, that will be nice. side is another one going through a period of transition. We just took out some celery and Swiss chard that had gone to seed, and they'd been shading out these little peppers and beets, and so now it's time for the peppers and the beets to really live their lives. We also have some more celery in here and some younger Swiss chard up there in the corner. We have yarrow growing, a couple of eggplants that were also shaded out by some recently harvested cabbages, now getting their life. We have some dill and Malabar spinach and 4 o'clock flowers that have all self-seeded in the bed from last year. The 4 o'clocks are at afternoon or evening blooming flowers, so they're about to get started when it gets a little cooler out here. A few other things in the bed are this turmeric, which is growing nicely, liking its shady spot, although a little crisped up from the hot days. This okra over here, also a late bloomer, but getting going. We have some nice beets, more Swiss chard, more turmeric, holy basil, tulsi, more beets. This one is anise hyssop. It is a volunteer, but we're happy that it's here. And we have another late planted Jamaican pumpkin. Got a spot in there. Here's another nice bed that's absolutely packed full of things. So we have this dazzling blue lacinato kale, looking a little crispy in the summer, but providing some nice shade to an understory of peppers, celery, some zinnias that self-seeded from last year, this beautiful buena mulata pepper, and there are also, I believe, some purple green beans down in there. Oh yeah, you can see them over there. There's a nice flower. Coming around this way, we also have some nice big marigolds. These are called Hawaii marigold, one of the best varieties in my opinion. It's huge, stunning orange. We have a sorrel, and then kind of behind and underneath the sorrel, we have some watermelons. A bunch more pepper plants that are just loaded with flowers. These ones look like they're going to take off really soon. More peppers benefiting from the shade of some of this dazzling blue kale. Don't mind the white one. Here we have an understory of beets growing nicely against all that celery. I don't know if you can see that celery back there, but it's looking thick and lush underneath it all. And then over on this side, we have some tomatillos. You can see them reaching over toward the celery. And then this big sunflower, which provides shade to a lively community of understory plants. Down here, we have some more beets, cucumber, which is loving the shade and really rode out the heat wave. Under here, some calendula. It's pretty late for them. They're looking a little fried, but still keep coming. And I'm always amazed at the amount of pollinators that love that, so we gotta leave it for them. Some more understory beets down here. Oh. Around, oh, even more beets. Nice. Some pepper plants also super benefiting from the shade of both the cucumber leaves and the sunflower. Nice sorrel holding the middle of there. And let's come around and see what's on the other side. All right, down here we have a few more cucumbers. Some nice pepper plants. I think this one is the golden treasure pepper. Oh no, that's the goddess pepper. Some more goddess pepper. And then down here in community with the tomatillo, we have some melons down under there. Nice. Another great mixed bed is over here. We have some carrots flowering. The little tiny pollinators that love that. Here's a Scotch bonnet pepper. We got some nice green peppers under there. Quite a few. They haven't ripened up for us yet. And climbing amidst there is this Malabar spinach that you can see trailing through here with the red stem. Next door we have the sorrel, which color combination complements Malabar spinach quite well. On the other side of the sorrel, we have some cucumbers. Oh, and a nice coxcomb. Hasn't really got going yet, but that'll look really pretty with the cucumbers. Over here, this bed starts with a pretty crispy looking kale, not the crispy kale that you get at a vegetarian restaurant, but a kale that's been through a summer heat wave, had a lot of aphids and stuff on it, but the center looks really strong and will essentially cut off all of these decrepit looking leaves. And in the fall, this is going to be a nice strong kale plant. And also in this bed, we have a holy basil growing there up by the trellis. We have a nice row of beets going straight down the middle, some zinnias, more carrot flowers, and then a nice pepper anchoring the other corner. Here on this side, we have some beets. We have watermelon crawling around the end of this bed and several more celery plants. Here is, gosh, I don't know what brassica this is. Maybe a purple broccoli that we had hoped to leave for seed, but looking really crispy after the heat wave. More Hawaii marigolds. A sorrel. We have some peppers in pots around here. They might look like they're in the bed, but they're not actually. They're just hanging out. And down here, more nice understory of happy celery. Good looking beets. Nice. Here's another annual bed. We planted some late sorghum, which last year we probably harvested more sorghum than we needed. But architecturally, it's so gorgeous in the garden that we'll love to have some late sorghum growing. We have some volunteer calendula, some of this nice rosy basil, which I don't know if you can get a close-up of some of these flowers, but they're actually quite exquisite when you get up close. Nice. We also have some kind of crispy looking yarrow, but we'll cut this down. It'll spring back up into a bushier plant. Swiss chard, a Savoy cabbage. Probably time to take that one out, even though it's small. It looks nice. More of the dazzling kale, providing some nice shade. That's probably why the cabbage hung out so long. And we have some ahi chombo peppers here at the end of the bed. Hanging out with sorghum. The beautiful thing about all the beds is that they're in transition. Here we can see a borage on its way out. After a few 100-degree days this week, it was really just the final straw for this one. But you can see all this shadow benny that's here on the bottom, looking great, definitely benefiting from the shade that the borage provided while it was here. We have some peppers, strawberries, providing ground cover. Let's see if we know what kind of peppers these are. Oh, purple beauty bell peppers. This one over here is the gocha de oro, a yellow gold pepper. We have a nice little purple cauliflower back here. Are we gonna hope that one goes to seed, or are we gonna eat that one? Not sure. Some turmeric, looking lovely. It has really been through the ringer, so to see it looking so nice and lush is a joy. Up here we have zinnias, an annual flower, but the pollinators really do seem to love that one. So sometimes zinnias might seem kind of common or regular, but they're definitely beloved by the non-human visitors to our garden. Here we have a sorrel. Here at the end, some calendula under here, dried out, going to seed. They'll self-seed and be nice here probably for years to come. And then we have a bunch of, another sorrel, of course. And then a bunch of tomatoes with strawberries as ground cover. Let's see if I can spy any of the varieties for you. Cartwright mortgage lifter over here. That one has a little bit that's going out and a little bit that's coming in. These tomatoes are the Ferris wheel. They have been through a lot. Great producers. They don't have any fruit on them now, but coming out of our heat wave, they are looking pretty good. We have another sorrel right here in that corner. interesting. It's a very mixed perennials and annuals bed. So most of the other plants that we've talked about today have been our annuals, but this one has a little bit of everything. Here we have the Dr. Weish's yellow tomatillo.
I think this is a purple tomatillo.
Oh, okay.
And the Dr. Wedge is the small one.
Oh, okay. Nice. Looks like it because you can see the purple on the stems over here. At the back, it's looking a little ephemeral, but you can see the goji berry back there, which grew from the tiniest little cutting, you know, thin like a, I don't even know what. Here's the goji berry. We have Joe Pye weed. Beloved by the skippers especially, but many of our native pollinators. More Joe Pye weed. I don't know if you can get a shot down at the bottom, but we have comfrey here at the bottom of the bed in the back. A bunch of stuff. If we're going to be down at this level, actually, we do have some more shadow benny. This tiny little rosemary that we grew from seed and hasn't moved much, but it's definitely alive. This tomato is the black crim. Kind of suffering a lot, but has some good looking green growth, so we're going to let it choose its fate.
We have harvested a ton from these tomatoes, so that's why they look so raggedy.
Here's a pawpaw. Looking kind of nice. Another cardinal basil. Waiting for the flowers on that one. Some random little peppers down here. Bell peppers, pink brandywine tomato. More zinnias in the back. Marigold. And a double floral right there. This is a big tall tomato bed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like about 10 tomatoes in here. We have some flowers and friends hanging out with the tomatoes. This zinnia crawling out of the bed, but technically planted in the same bed. Some nice marigolds, borage, tulsi, regular basil, Italian basil. You can get down here, you can see some nice bell peppers in the back. There's some more tulsi in here. A little bit of lettuce that we need to harvest. That'll be nice, a nice treat. Staying cool here in the shade of the tomatoes and the Russian tarragon. Tarragon is right here. Come around, we have some more bell peppers. Bell peppers. Nice tomatoes. Back there we have basil and marigolds and sunball and purple-ish basil.
And we also have ginger in this bed.